I wanna start this video with a question for you guys. Do you remember the exact moment where you felt like you might be watching something truly great? It's a very rare feeling that I experienced while watching the Help Me scene in One Piece, Edward breaking through the gate in FMAB, the betrayal in Attack on Titan, Akino sucking on Issei's. Basically the point I'm trying to make is that there are these very special moments that can instantly make you convinced of a show's greatness even if the story is far from over. And I most recently experienced this in the third episode of Orb on the movements of the earth. And the scene was just two characters simply talking to each other. There's no action or any flashy animation, just simply good writing that hits really hard. I'm not gonna spoil any major events and plot lines about the show, but I really suggest you guys to go into the anime as blind as possible. I personally had some major moments spoiled to me before watching it, and I can only imagine how hard these moments would have hit if I wasn't spoiled already. The story is set in 15th century Poland, a time where people are tortured and burnt alive at the stake just for having beliefs about the world that doesn't align with the church. What's this? You believe that the earth revolves around the sun? Well, you're about to be burnt alive because according to the church, the earth is at the center of the universe. And the crazy part is that the church doesn't care about the truth. They only care about protecting the status quo and keeping their power over the common folk. The people will lose their faith if church is proven wrong, and the church will absolutely do anything to keep the people ignorant. It's in a world like this where we see people rising up to the church in order to find the truth. Rafal is a genius kid planning to study theology in university, not because he wants to, but because it's the best choice to live an easy life without worries. And his dream of an easy life is cut short when he encounters a heretic named Hubert, who was released after supposedly changing his mind and stopping his research. The heretic then proceeds to blackmail Rafal into helping him with his research after seeing Rafal's observation notes of the sky. And what exactly was Hubert researching about that got him branded as a heretic? Heliocentrism, the idea that the earth is not stationary and revolves around the sun. A theory considered blasphemous by the church because they believe that the earth is at the center of the universe, and doubting that is the same as doubting God himself. Rafal thinks that Hubert's theory is completely wrong, but when he tries to prove it wrong, he slowly starts to fall deeper and deeper into the idea and believing that it could possibly be true. But proving that theory is far from easy, especially with the church always keeping a close eye on you. And so, abandoning his dream of a peaceful life, Rafal sets on a mission to literally move the earth. This is a story about people's endless thirst for truth in despair, and it's genuinely beautiful in a surreal way. The story is loosely based on real life events, and it's insane to think about that the world actually used to be like this, and wondering just what people had to do and sacrifice in order to get us to where we currently are. The anime is definitely not for everyone because some people might find it boring to see characters making discoveries that are basically common knowledge in this day and age. But I think that the story handles it really interestingly by showing how and why the characters come to the conclusions instead of focusing on the details of their discoveries. The story takes proper time to focus on lots of different characters with different ideologies, beliefs and flaws, similar to something like Vinland Saga. These great discoveries were not made by a single person, but the collective efforts of people over the span of decades that's only possible by humanity's thirst for knowledge and truth itself. I know I've been glazing the anime for the past few minutes, but the show is definitely not perfect. The production quality doesn't have the same polish as something like Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga or even Frieren despite being animated by Madhouse. At no point does the anime look awful, but the difference in quality is definitely noticeable despite me comparing the story to great ones like Vinland Saga. Also, it's not that frequent but some things in the story definitely feel a bit too convenient at times. There's this one specific scene that is egregious, but thankfully all the other ones are basically nitpicks. But even though Orb is not perfect, it is massively underrated, and I desperately need more people to start watching it right now. It is easily one of the best anime of 2024, and you're seriously doing yourself a disservice by not checking it out. With all that being said though, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, let me know if I convinced you guys to give the anime a chance, and subscribe for more anime content.